Howard, how are you doing today? Nice to see you.
Hi, teacher. I have a nice day. How about you?
I'm having a nice day too. Thank you very much. What did you do today?
Today I finished all of my homework.
That's great. That's great. So you don't have to worry about that anymore?
Yes,
Very good. So tomorrow you don't have to do any homework either?
yes,
Oh, that's great. That is fantastic. And how was your week? Did you have a nice week?
yes. I have a nice week.
Okay, then tell me about two special things that happened this week, like the two highlights.
Um, First we have a test. It's about math,
Okay, and how did that go?
and it's going great.
Hmm.
I got a good score.
Great, that's great. Congratulations. Very nice. And the second highlight of the week?
I'm not so sure.
Nothing special happened other than the math test was just a regular school week.
Just a regular school week.
Okay, okay. Now look, Howard, you before we start, I just wanted to show you this. You said I have a math test, right? But because we're talking about something
Yes.
that happened during the week, how can we use the simple
So
past
it's
here?
I had a math test.
There you go. I had a math test this week. Very good. Even if we talk about something that really just happened 2 minutes ago, we still always need to use the simple past, right? We can't
Yes.
mix this up. Otherwise, very nice. Okay, and I'm glad that your math test turned out well. But you're good at math anyway, right?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so it wasn't that hard for you.
Yes, it's not very hard.
That's great. Okay. So today I would like to start the class by showing you two pictures, okay?
Okay.
One is just like a picture, just a funny picture, and the second one is a drawing, like a comic, uh, yeah, like a comic picture. And yeah, you'll tell me what you see, and then tell me what you think about this picture, okay? And then maybe
Okay.
we can see how it fits to our topic of today's lesson. So, what do you see in this picture here?
It's a man. He is playing. I think it's playing his smartphone, and it's
Uh-huh.
rain outside. So he is that an umbrella?
Yes, it's a mini umbrella for his phone.
Yes. I think it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Why do you think that this picture is funny?
And first because he play his phone in the rain, and the second is the umbrella is for his smartphone, not for him.
Exactly. Very good. So what is more important for him? His phone or himself?
I think it's his phone.
Exactly. Now careful. We want when we speak about a picture, we want to use present progressive. So we can say it is raining and he is playing with his phone, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, always when we talk about a picture, we pretend it's happening in this very moment, and then we use present progressive, okay?
Okay.
Very good. So, what do you think that this picture wants to tell us or wants to teach us?
I think it's maybe don't play your phone in the rain.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it also wants to tell us that for some people, the phone is that important that they can't even let it down for some minutes, right? When it's raining, for example.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Yes.
have a look at the second picture. Would you like to read this, please?
Yes.
What
Do
does the
you
girl
mind
say?
if I strap your phone to my forehead so I can pretend you are looking at me when I talk?
Yeah, so how is she feeling? Is she very happy with the conversation?
I think it's not.
No, and what does she suggest?
she suggests to strap the man's phone to her forehead.
Hmm. Like this, right? To put it like here on her forehead. And why does she want to do
Yes,
that? Why does she want to do
because
that?
she wants the man pretend, no, the man looking at she.
Exactly. She wants the man to pretend that he is looking at her. So these two pictures show
Yes,
us that nowadays phones are getting more and more important and sometimes a little bit too important, right?
yes,
Yeah. So we would like to read a story that has a very interesting suggestion. Would you like to read the title of the story of today?
yes. Could you unplug for one day?
Very good. Now, what does the word unplug mean? Before we read the story, let's have a look at these vocabulary words, okay? So, let's look
Okay,
at the first word. Can you read it?
it's unplug.
Very good. What does the word unplug mean?
It's like stop using the plug.
Yeah, it's also like pulling the plug, right? The plug is, for
Yes,
example, what is here. My
yeah,
computer is connected to the plug, right? And it's like boop,
yes.
pulling the plug out. This is one meaning. What is another meaning of this word?
I'm not so sure.
Okay. Um, some people say that we are like plugged to our phones or to the internet or to the computer or to our electric devices. So what could it
Yes.
mean
So
unplugged in this sense?
I think it means stop using like the smartphone.
Very good. At least for one day, right? What does
Yes.
reboot mean?
Like I can reboot my computer.
Yeah. When do you usually reboot the computer?
Um, Sometimes my computer not work.
Hmm. Sometimes my computer doesn't.
Doesn't.
Very good. Doesn't work. And then what do you need to do?
I need reboot my computer.
You need to reboot the computer. Very good. What does the word balance mean?
Balance is like my hand and
Hmm.
now they're not in balance, but now they're balance.
Good. Good explanation. Very nice. And the word pause.
No idea.
Mhm. Pause is to stop something for a moment and then continue. For example, when you're listening to music, there is a pause button. The pause button is like this,
Yes.
right? What happens if you click this button on the TV or on the computer or on the music?
It stopped.
Very good. And if you click this button again?
Um, uh, let's continue.
Exactly. So it means to stop something for a moment and then continue. Now that we know these words, let's read this story. Could you unplug for one day? Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go. Please read it for
Um,
me.
could you unplug for one day? Not so long ago, there was a show called Middle School Unplugged. On it, kids turn off their cell phones and smartphones for one week.
Okay, let's go on, please.
Soon after, a lot more people turned them off for one day. The day is called the National Day of Unplugging. A group called Reboot started it. They want people to talk to friends and family. They want people to see the world around them. We felt there needed to be a balance brought back into life. said 10 years savage of reboot. Many people joined the first National Day of Unplugging. That was in March 2010. People told her it made a big difference in their families. Savage said, families are taking some time to actually sit down and talk over dinner. Reboot also wants people to help others on that day. They tell you about groups near you that need help. Then you choose where, when, and how to help. Just don't use your phone.
Very good. Okay. And let's read the last sentence here.
As Savage put it, the idea is to take the pause and reconnect with people. Could you unplug for 24 hours?
Excellent. Very nice reading, Howard. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at this word. We pronounce it like this. Pause. Pause.
Pause.
Very good. Yes, excellent. Pause. Now, was there any other word in the text that you didn't quite understand? Or a word you would like to talk about?
I don't very understand about actually.
Which word was it? Can you repeat that, please?
I think it's actually is Actually.
Oh, okay. Actually.
Actually,
Actually. Very good. Where did you see this word? Actually. Oh, there it is. Here. Actually, right?
yes,
Very good. Actually is another word like for really. Okay?
yes,
So we can say, for example, to really sit down and talk over dinner and not just pretend that they're sitting together and talk over dinner, right?
yes,
So, for example, if someone likes to play a soccer video game, right? And he is like playing the
yes.
soccer video game the whole day, and I tell him, why don't you go outside and actually play soccer? What am I saying?
Is to tell him go outside and play the real soccer.
Exactly, exactly. So to really do something or to really play soccer. Very good, Howard. So I have some questions about this text. First of all, what is this text about?
It's it's about one day or 1 week for unplug.
To unplug. Very good. Why do the creators of this group, Reboot, think it's a good idea to switch off our phones, our connection maybe to the internet for one day or a week?
Because people can have times to talk with friends, families.
Very good. What do you think about this? Do you think it would be a good idea for you to maybe switch off the phone for a entire day?
I think it will be a good idea in my vacation.
Yeah, very good. How could that make your vacation even better?
So I can have times to talk with my friends and also with my families, and I have times to go outside.
Yeah, very nice. So more time. What other benefits can it have for you if you decide to unplug for a day?
I can do a lot of things, like I can finish all of my homework.
Yeah. You know, the other day here in our city, there was no internet for 3 days in the whole town. We didn't have internet. There was a very strong storm, and something happened, and we didn't have any connection for 3 days. And it was actually kind of nice and relaxed, you know? Because nobody can contact you and you focus on reading books and we played games. We talked a lot on the dinner table. So that was actually quite nice. What do you think about this?
Yes, I think it's nice.
But is it always possible to do that nowadays in our world?
I think they can't because we can use internet to know a lot of things,
Mm,
and we can know some dangerous weather,
yeah,
and maybe we can chat with our friends where because we are not in the same city, we can't meet.
yeah, very good. Or do you remember now during the virus? It was really good to be
Yes,
able to connect to our school, work from home,
yes,
right? Yeah. So maybe sometimes it's a good idea to unplug, but nowadays it's not possible to live like that, right? Or to do that always, correct?
yes.
Okay. I would like to look at this sentence with you. Can you read this sentence, please?
The idea is to take a pause and reconnect with people.
Let's have a look at the pronunciation of this word again. Pause.
Pause.
Pause. I'm going to write it down just to ask you at the end of the lesson, okay? Pause.
Okay.
So, very good. To stop for a moment, right? So, Mrs. Tanya Shevitz says people need to pause and reconnect. From what do they pause?
From internet, smartphone, or computers.
Very good. And how and with what do they reconnect?
They stop using smartphones so they have times to talk with others.
Very good, exactly. Would you like to write these two steps here in 1 and 2? What you just said, only divide it in number 1 and number 2, please, and then we can check the grammar uh, by looking at your writing,
Okay,
okay? hmm
okay,
hmm Okay,
okay.
let me divide this so that we can see everything. Very good. Others. Okay, so remember, Howard, what we said that we always want to answer the questions in complete sentences?
Yes.
Right? So instead of saying, like, the second one is good, right? But the first one, from using smartphones, if we just say it like this, then we can hear that it's not a complete English sentence, right? So how can we turn this into a
Yes.
complete sentence?
Um, they pose they pose to use smartphone.
We can leave it like this. We can leave from using smartphones. We just need to add they pause in front of the sentence.
Yes.
Then we have a nice sentence. Would you like to do this, please? They pause from using smartphones. More than one. We need a plural noun here, okay?
Uh, yes.
Very good.
I think I can't change my sentence.
Would you like me to change it for you then?
Yes.
Okay. They pause from using and then smartphones with an S. Very good. Now here we have two verbs with gerund after each other. They stopping using, right?
As they stop using.
There we go. Very good. They stop using smartphones so they can have time. In this case, time is uncountable, okay?
Yes.
Time. We don't have one time or two times. We have an hour, 2 hours, but not two times, okay? So they can have time to talk with others. Very nice. I see you understood this very well. Do you have any questions to this quote or to the vocabulary here?
No.
Okay, then I would like you to have a look at this diagram here. And actually, because this is a little bit small, I'm going to show it to you here on the blackboard, okay? We're going to make it a little larger, and then we can also draw around here. So, is this a little bit better now?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so some words, as we saw at the beginning of the class, have more than one meaning, correct?
Yes.
For example, do you remember the word unplugged or unplug?
Yes.
Or do you remember the word reboot?
Yes.
And then we have balance. These three words can have more than one meaning. Now, I would like you to choose one of these words, and then we will continue the exercise with the word you chose, okay?
Okay. I will choose the unplug.
Okay, very good. Now, unplug. What is the definition of unplug? The real unplugging.
Is pull the plug out.
Very good. Pull out the plug. Would you like to write this where in the box that says definition?
Yes.
Careful. Plug is not a proper noun, so we have to write the or a in
Yeah.
front of it. Okay. Pull out a plug. Very good. Now, this is the real meaning of pulling out the plug. What are some examples in which we can use this phrase unplug or this word unplug?
Um. Maybe no idea.
Well, first we have the literal meaning, the real meaning. So we can use this in the first box as what this word really means, right? Would you like to write it? When we
Yes.
pull a plug from the wall, for example, this is the literal meaning, correct?
Yes.
Would you like to write this in the first
I'm not
box?
so. I'm not so sure how I can use unplug in the sentence.
Oh, I understand. Okay. If if maybe the TV gets too hot, what would you do?
Um, unplug something.
Very good. I unplug the TV because it's getting too hot, for example, right?
Yes.
Would you like to write something like that?
Yes. I think
Very good. Or the computer. Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Now, let's look at a second example where we do not use it in the real sense of pulling out the plug. What is another way of using the word unplug?
Is stop using the internet.
For example, very good, to stop using the internet. Yes. Would you like to write this definition? Maybe unplug means to stop using the internet or something like that?
Yes, I have a new
Hmm.
sentence.
Okay, very good.
Um,
That's a great
yes.
sentence. Very good. And if you use the word I, then everyone knows that we're not talking about a cable because you don't have a cable plugged into the wall, right? We're talking about something
Yes.
else. Do you know a third meaning for the word unplugged?
I'm not so sure.
Okay. I don't think you know this one. That's why I'm just going to tell you, okay? Um,
Okay.
when a musical band makes a song, they also sometimes have an unplugged version of a song. The unplugged version of a song means that they play this song without using any electric or electronic sounds. So they use a real piano and a real guitar and maybe just the voice, but they don't use like electrical instruments or computer sound effects or anything. So it's just like a smaller version of the song where they only use real instruments.
Yes.
Okay, do you understand this, Howard?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so maybe a sentence. What sentence could we make with this form of the word unplugged?
It's, I think the unplugged music is wonderful.
Very good. I think unplugged music is wonderful. Would you like to write this like that? That's a very nice sentence. You understood this meaning very, very quickly. Mhm. Okay. Music is an uncountable noun as well. There are different types of music, but there's no such thing as musics. So we say, I think unplugged music is wonderful. Okay?
Yes.
Very good. Now,
Yes.
Howard, the rest of the chart is going to be your homework. So to fill in, I will find this word and I will remember this word by connecting it with. This is going to be your homework. And it's also going to be your homework to choose one of the other two words to complete this chart one more time. Okay? And we will talk about that in the next class.
Okay.
Yeah, let me write this down. Okay. So this is going to be your homework for next class. And yeah, to finish the chart and to use another word of these two words to complete the chart one more time. Very good, Howard. In a very, very short recap, what did we talk about today? What did you learn today?
We talk about the day of unplug,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
uh,
And what did you learn today?
and I think sometimes we actually need stop using smartphones and talk with
Mm.
our families.
Very good. That is an important lesson. And from grammar and vocabulary, we still had this word here that we learned that was a new word for you. What does this word mean?
It's it's pause. It means stop something for a minute.
Very good. And you said it properly. That was the correct pronunciation. Pause. Very good. And we also remembered to always answer questions when we write them in complete sentence, right? Starting with the subject and then the verb. We need the whole sentence and not just the part that is the answer, the actual answer. Okay?
Okay.
Very nice. Howard, do you have any questions for today's class or something that you would like to talk
No.
about? Okay, then thank you very much for the very, very nice class, and we will see each other next Saturday, okay?
Okay, see you next Saturday.
Thank you so much. Goodbye. Bye bye. See you Saturday.